The concept of punishment in Torah is you broke something, we got to get it fixed. So it's both in the person and in the cosmic picture. When you sin, you stain your own soul, and that needs to be cleaned up, and you put a stain on creation, and that needs to be cleaned up. But all punishment means undoing the damage. There's an interesting analogy here. This little boy is running around barefoot, and his father says to him, "Put on your shoes, you're going to get a splinter." The kid says, "I'm not afraid of splinters." The father says, it's going to get infected. He says, "I'm not afraid of infection." He says, "It'll turn gangrene." He says, that's not going to. He's running around barefoot, gets a splinter, it gets infected, and it becomes gangrene. And they take him to the hospital. The doctor comes with these sharp instruments, and he pokes, and he cuts, and he does, and he saves the leg. Now the kid is back on his feet, and he's running around barefoot. And the father says, "What are you doing? You'll get a splinter." He says, "I'm not afraid of splinters." He says, "It'll get infected." "I'm not afraid of infection." "It'll become gangrene." He's not afraid of that. He said, "We'll take you to the doctor." He said, "Oh." And he goes and he puts on shoes. Childish. He is frightened by the cure, not by the damage. We shouldn't think that way. The punishment in Torah is the doctor fixing the damage. That's not what should intimidate you. What should intimidate you is the damage you're going to cause. So in God's justice, all punishment means correcting or undoing the damage. What we should be afraid of is creating the damage, not the cure that will fix it. So going to hell, for example, Gehenna, means burning off the stain that you caused by your sins. Is that why you shouldn't sin? Because it'll be washed out in hot water. You don't sin because you don't want to make it necessary to wash it out with hot water. So the idea of punishment is actually reassuring. Even if you mess up, it's not forever. It can get fixed. So what should be the deterrent? The deterrent should be you don't want the embarrassment and the shame of having to get cleaned up. Certainly not in heaven. The soul comes to heaven and needs to be cleaned up. That's really embarrassing.
Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and hit the notification bell below for daily pearls of Jewish wisdom.